All right, guys, here we are. The AOY chase is absolutely real, and something is going to be decided at the end of this coming up week, and I will know whether or not I got my fourth AOY. As you can see, it's early in the morning and my boys are out there fishing in the kayak already. So let me tell you what's at stake this week. This week we got a possible Ranger Cup winner, which would be $50,000. Angler of the year, if I was to win it, that's $100,000. And if I win the tournament, that's about 120. Well, that's 125,000. So if you add all that up, yeah, that's 200. That's over $250,000. It got daylight. We could have started at 5 o'clock. So it's like, it looks like I'm getting a late start, but technically it is like, I don't even know what time it is. I mean, it has been daylight forever. So it's like, it's still 5 o'clock. So it looks like I'm getting a bad start, but I'm not, but I'm excited. This is such a beautiful lake. The sun is coming up, and this is absolutely one of my favorite places to fish in all the world. And probably the favorite place to fish in all the world. And I've never considered being I reckon a snowbird is somebody who goes south for the winter. I would actually go north to live in the summer. It's wonderful. Here it is, I got a sweatshirt on. It's almost July. Weather's just gorgeous out here. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna wait till that sun gets up so I can show you guys what exactly I'm excited about. But first thing this morning, we're gonna fish a little bit. We're actually gonna pick up a pole and see if we can find a few on the bed before the sun gets up. And a lot of times I do that. I'll use a bait that maybe they'll show themselves, explode, come up on top. So if I can get a bite or chaser, maybe I can go over there and see that fish. This is pretty cool smallmouth. They're so hard to judge. So I'm actually gonna catch this one. I don't know if you can see this. See if she's still sitting in her bed. All right, this is pretty cool. Hopefully it's calm enough you guys can see this. That's how, if you can see, right? Actually, this is right down there. I don't have the door. That was kind of dumb. I dropped my GoPro without the door in it, but hopefully you guys saw that. As you can see, we are looking for them on the bed. Today is a calm day, and you know, I got no doubt you guys have been following me this whole year. I got Angler of the Year, like I got a legit chance. So I'm 1 point away. John Cox has got the lead, and I am 1 point behind John. And this lake is throwing me a curveball for right now. There goes a smallmouth. I wonder if y'all can see that. There goes one. Hey, girl. Getting distracted. But, you know, this lake is throwing me for a curveball right now. I've been out here a little while just trying to figure out what areas I think, you know, there's a big smallmouth. There goes another smallmouth right there. See the scar on its back? Wow. You know, I keep getting distracted. I can't even talk to you guys. But I know we got a lot of, you know, this is a 80 mile lake. So there's a lot, I mean, it's just so much water to cover. And, you know, a lot of this is just trying to get in the right area. Champlain's loaded full of fish. So today, what I'm doing in practice is I'm trying to cover as much water as I can just so I can, you know where I want to take my chances at come tournament time. Because right now what I'm seeing, there's definitely fish spawning, right? But the water is super cold, man. I mean, it's like, I've never been up here. Like, some places is like 40, 49 degrees, and then some places is like 60. And I mean, it's just like pockets of cold water, and I'm really not understanding, you know, why that is. I've thought about it, but I've talked to Mike Sermon and Kyle. They've, you know, one of them says they got 67 degree. I actually have seen 40 something degree already today. 43 degree water temperature. And it's like driving me up the wall. So today we're just gonna kind of go around and see how many fish we can see today. And then, you know, the next day of practice, we'll, you know, make an adjustment from there. Out of the middle of nowhere, these 5-foot swells come in. It's calm. Can you not see that I'm trying to sight fish, huh? Golly, out of nowhere. I don't know if you can see it, but I just shook one off and she is fired up. Watch this. So I'm only halfway down and here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. I almost want to catch her just to see how much she weighs. I think we'll do that. And watch this. She's swimming with it. All right. I'm gonna say she's so mad, I'm gonna catch her. I'm gonna catch her and weigh her. Let's see, what do I got that'll catch her? Probably this drop shot, and this will catch her. I have my hook cut. On the other one, so I'm actually gonna get this out. Smallmouth are pretty aggressive on the bed, so all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my scale out. I'm gonna get it zeroed. That's probably just gonna take one cast to catch her. She's borderline 3-pounder, and what you gotta understand on this fishery is that a 3-pounder is like okay, but a 4-pounder, I mean a 3 1/4 pounder is a giant. You're only talking 4 ounces difference, and it's that much. So she's already going over there to it. She's got it. First cast, and I'm glad I caught her. Oh, all right, girl. Oh, and I broke her off. Well, I'm gonna guess her at 2. That's what I guessed her at, almost 2.5. Darn it, broke her off for you guys. I was gonna show you how you can catch them. And I'm actually glad I did that. Not that I broke her off, but I'm kind of glad that I looked at her, because, you know, just by judging, she looked bigger than that. And I know that really, I don't even need her. Here we go, I got another one. As you can tell, it's so much pollen here. I can't see how big this one was. So we're gonna zero the scale, and hopefully I'm not gonna break this one off. Have it ready, zero. All right, here we go. Zeroed the scale. This fish is biting every cast, but I don't have a clue. I got a flipping stick on her butt now. And she's got it. And she's got it first. Ooh, oh yeah. Now that one got off, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that was one. That's a big one. So we're gonna go clear cursor, We're definitely marking that one in. Holy cow, that's a 3+ pounder. So here we go. I'm actually glad it got off. I was gonna weigh it for you guys. I can't even think what I'm doing, but I'm gonna mark this one in. That was a 3.5. Oops. I'm gonna mark that one in as 3.5, enter, save. That's a 3.5 pounder right there for sure. First flip. I will see you, and hopefully you, my girl, you guys will remember this one. Hopefully you might be able to see it on film, but that one right there is a definite AOY player. We're gonna call it AOY player. All right, here we go. Midday report day 2. And I know tomorrow is supposed to be a rainy and windy day. So what I'm doing, you guys have seen me catch a few off the bed. You've seen me looking. And my thoughts is that while it's sunny naturally and fairly calm, I figure 17.5 a day typically does really well. And my thoughts are, I know John's going to catch them. John Cox is definitely going to catch them. I mean, everybody in the top 5, whether it's anybody in the top 5, has a chance to catch them. But my thought is this: if I can lock in 17.5 pounds for 2 days, that's going to be pretty good as far as advancing. And I know, you know, just to advance is going to give me a shot. I have to advance. My PJ, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, keeps looking me in the face, and I'm like, I'm gonna eat you. So I'm trying to give myself, and today, you guys have seen, I just counted up, we're midday, and I got 3 that I know are 3.5-ish pounds. If I find 2 more, and as cold as the water is, you guys saw that video where I explained the spawn. The water's cold, so I feel very confident if I find them today, they're still going to be there a couple days from now. And if they are, that's going to allow me to have a decent bag. So, and that's if nobody else found them, right? I mean, people could have found a lot of these bass too, but I doubt it. I think a few of these are bonus ones. The pollen was really thick and heavy, unless you were casting, and you probably wouldn't have found them. So lunchtime report is I'm halfway to a decent bag for one of the couple days that would probably advance me on. So I'm actually pleased right as of right now. All right, here's another one that's on the bed. Not really sure how big it is, but I'm saying like 210. I'm saying like maybe 210. I missed the, where is the spot at? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Here we go. She'll bite it. I'm gonna say 210 maybe. And she's got it. Let's see if I'm right. Should have had that thing ready. We're gonna weigh her. She's so aggressive she'll bite again. We're gonna call her cinder block bass. Let's see here. This Lake Champlain, it's such a game of ounces. Like 210 versus a 3 pounder, that's a world of difference, you know? So we're gonna see actually what she weighs. And what did I say? 210, and she was a 264, which is a 210. 264. Go on back over there, girl. All right, so that one right there, that is, if I need something or if I need a fish, she's probably definitely gonna bite again. But we're gonna nickname her cinder block bass, and I'm gonna actually put in 264. There's the cinder block, and she's already back. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. All right, as you can see, I have got a bird's eye view of this smallmouth that is on the bed. Now, I don't have a clue how big it is. She's biting pretty much every single cast, and I am trying to lift her up without catching her. I've been putting the, look, there she goes. Oh man, she bit it again. I'm trying to lift her up without catching her, just to see if I can get a good look at her. And here she comes. She's going back in the bed, and boom, she's got it again. Oh yeah, yeah, that one right there is no player, but fun. It's so cool when you can get a bird's eye view. As you can tell, I've got the hook cut on my Ned head. There's not even a hook in it, so that way I can shake them off. Oh gosh, that was so cool. Oh, that was so cool. I know he's little. I had to come in here and check his largemouth. I just got in here to this area and it's starting to rain. Started out with a swim jig. You can see where he's been caught before. Look at that. Another puncture hole right there and another hole. That's why I love northern fisheries. But here it is, the last day, and you guys have seen me. Fishing for smallmouth the first couple days. And you know, when it comes to Champlain, typically it's a mix. You know, very rare. You know, I've been fishing here for a while now, and I've seen, you know, the evolution go from smallmouth dominated to largemouth dominated, and then it's been taking a mix. So I'm in here in some largemouth territory right now, and there was one chasing me right there. I'm just trying to keep things honest, and you guys know what I mean by honest. I mean, I got Angler of the Year on the line, and they've had a Costa, FLW Costa here, and last few times it's been one with strictly smallmouths. But I gotta believe that, you know, some of these largemouth are, you know, gotta be in here where we need them. I can't not fish for largemouth during these 3 days. So as you can tell, I'm in here in definitely largemouth territory. And whenever you're practicing, you just gotta weigh your options. You know, you gotta look at it when you're if you're fishing a tournament with 3 days of practice and you got a lake that's smallmouth and largemouth, well, you gotta give him largemouth some effort. So that's what we're in here doing. Oh, that was so cool. Oh my gosh. That was so cool. That dude just smoked. Look how fat that little sucker is. I'm curious of what he even weighs. I'm gonna weigh your butt. Man, that dude eats about like I do. And I don't know what I did with my scales. Oh well. Wow. I'm gonna nickname you Double D Outdoors, cause you, my man, are fatting and like a pig. Well, that's pretty cool. As soon as we come in here, we got 2 bites. Oh gosh, there's a good one. We gonna weigh that sucker. Whew. Wow, that one don't even look like he spawned. Man, I don't know where my weight scale's at. What did I do with my scales from yesterday? All right, my scales are zeroed. 330. That be, man, that's just a chunk. Man, I gotta get a picture of that for Instagram, because that is like, that is just crazy. Oh, now that throws a curveball into things. Here I am thinking smallmouth might be the deal, and I turn around and catch a 3.5 pound largemouth. Now I'm gonna see what the ratio is. I'm gonna keep setting the hook, and if I get any more big ones like that, shoot, I might just largemouth fish. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. They are definitely relating to those pencil reeds. That's pretty cool. Man, it's another chunk. We're gonna weigh him too. I'm gonna zero the scale, but you guys have seen the last few bites. They've all come on them little pencil reeds scattered in this dollar pad field, and typically you wouldn't fish in here, but the water's way up. That's a 230, but typically the water is not up this high, so these are normally in inches of water, and yet because the water's so high, you know, those fish have come up here in these pencil reeds. But that's like 3 or 4 bites definitely in these pencil reeds. There's another one. Golly, it's a good one. Good gosh. It's 3.5. That's 3.5 pounds right there. That's a good sign. All right, so we just got out of the meet, and as you can tell, I got my jersey on. I haven't even changed my jersey yet, and this is the view. Came right out of our cabin, and this is the view. And this is my family playing cards. Who's winning?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Not me.
I could do something like this.
The ants.
He's got a purple number. I'm not going to do that to you, Vance.
You already did.
I'm not going to do that to you.
They know.
They don't know. Here comes Mr. Okeechobee is rigging his rods up for smallmouth.
Spinning rod. Have you ever seen me with a spinning
Look
rod?
at that.
I had to reel it backwards for years. Now I figured out at least how to turn it.
Mr. Okeechobee with a sissy wand, and Kyle with a sissy wand too.
I got a few this week.
This week?
Yeah, primarily like this
Keep,
whole year.
there you go. Let's get the story straight.
I think there's more spinning rods in my boat right now than bait casters. I go back to Ohio, I'm lost.
So we just got done. Why is there a school bus coming right now? So this is our off day, and we just got done fishing. And yes, we have a lot on the line this week, but I don't know, I'm nervous. You guys saw in the video where I actually got on a good largemouth bite there yesterday, which was the last day of the practice, and all night last night and this morning and now, and it's probably until I put the throttle down tomorrow, I'll be fighting in my head. Smallmouth, largemouth, smallmouth, largemouth, smallmouth. Everybody knows those voices that go in your head. So, and the bad problem about it is that, you know, they're kind of in two sections of the lake, and you know, you can get in a game of getting in this place and running around a lot. Next thing you know, you're behind the 8-ball. So, Mike, smallmouth or largemouth?
You know, I'm going smallmouth fishing. I've got some places. I had a really good practice as far as if you were anywhere else in the country, but for here, not so great. I've had, you know, 3 or 4 fish over 4 pounds this week in 3 days, but just tons of 2.5 pounders. And in this place, a 2.5 pounder is absolutely worthless. If you have a 2.5 pounder in your bag, you're not getting a check. So, you know, it's one of those things. I'm struggling a little bit, but you know, as we all are. But all I'm just trying to hope that I get lucky and catch me a 4 pounder.
Mr. Black and Blue Spinnerbait Ohio River fisherman with a sissy wand in your hand, you going smallmouth or large lips?
I'm going smallmouth fishing this week.
So
I've had bites largemouth, but like he's saying, where I'm at, 2.5 pounders, about maybe 3 pounds is all I'm getting, and that ain't gonna cut it here. So I'm gonna roll the dice with smallmouth and see where that puts me, at least on day 1.
So Kyle actually is sitting very good. He's sitting in 33rd place. So he's got a really good chance of making the cup, and this would be, if he can make it, that'll be his first cup appearance. Are you nervous?
A little bit, just for the type of lake this is. You know, I'm gonna go out and catch them, but I've got to catch them good, and there's a fine line between 40th place and probably 100th place here, and I've just got to capitalize on every bite I get tomorrow and just put everything else aside.
My man is a smooth talker. You know that? Any a smooth talker, Mike?
He is good, there's no doubt, and obviously he can catch them, so I wouldn't be worried. I just go out and have fun. This place, if you can't have fun here, then you're not a real fisherman, because you're catching fish all day. It's just whether or not you catch a 4 pounder. So
I've actually said 2 or 3 times this week, I'm like, I want to get and rent a cabin up here like we're at just for 2 months. And if I didn't have to go ICAST and work, you know, like other things for the fishing, no humidity, just super great weather. We're sleeping with cabins with our windows open. I would actually be like a summertime guy. So, all right, guys, this is the practice video coming to an end. My fingers are getting crossed right now because I just talked to John Cox, and he's got quite a few definitely found on the bed. I got some found on the bed, and I think this is going to be, I got a lot at stake. I got like a possible 100,000 for Angler of the Year if you win it. Then if I could win Ranger Cup, that's a brand new bass boat, probably 60, 70,000. And if I win the tournament, it's 125,000. So I technically got 2 games going on at once. So I got the AOY game, I got the Ranger Cup game, and that's $250,000, like almost $300,000 on the line for me this weekend. So yeah, my mind is spinning, but I appreciate all you guys' support. Mike, I'm trying to end it. You're being loud.
you better talk louder.
You better.
I'm working, Dudley.
Hey, you're being loud.
Dudley, I don't have 275,000 on the line. I got 10,000 or possibly 125,000. But I'm going to catch them with Ned rig. Can you believe that?
My man is throwing a Ned rig. All right, guys, I appreciate all you guys' support. I appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, share if you enjoy this video, and I reckon, here, Mike, you hold it. I'm gonna do the outro this time. So we're gonna do the Dudley double outro.